Hey guys, welcome back to Small Football Manager 2014 and part 2 of my save showcase of my FM14 Journeyman series. So in the last episode, I introduced you to the save and our first club of the save, which was Reading. Now, I've decided, there's 5 clubs in this Journeyman, so I thought I'd reveal the next 2 today, and as you've seen by the thumbnail, those next 2 clubs were AS Monaco and Juventus. Now, if you haven't checked out the last episode, please go and check that out now, so that you have the background of this save, so that you don't think it's unrealistic to go from Reading to AS Monaco. It may well be, but, we won the Premier League with Reading. We'd finished in the top 6 3 seasons in a row. We won the Capital One Cup that season as well. And then, as you guys know, the finances of Reading were atrocious, and we were going to fail financial fair play, and we actually did do that. And I sat down with the board, and they wanted me to sign a new contract, and I thought, you know what, I'll see what other jobs were out there, and the job that came up was AS Monaco. Now, they had just won the league in France for the first time, not in their history, but certainly for a long time. They won Ligue 1, where are we going? There we go. They won Ligue 1 in 2017, and then we joined in that summer. I think Ranieri maybe retired or something like that. I can't really remember. No, it was Gus Hiddink that retired from management, and then we took over on the 8th of June. We came in and we joined AS Monaco. Now, in that summer, we actually spent a fair bit of money. You know me. We spent a fair bit of money, 119 million, but this was an era where Monaco was spending this sort of money anyway. Throughout the save already, they'd been spending in upwards of 100 million. So very, very good sort of resources were available. The first signing we made was Nathan Redmond from our former club, Reading. He's actually at Juventus now, so that might give you a little hint as to what's happened to his career. We also signed Chris Smalling from Chelsea, £22 million. He's done all right, to be honest with you. I mean, he's had a post-7 average rating every single season that he's been there. Redmond actually tore up the French league, 8 goals and 4 assists. Before moving on the next season to us. Now, this guy was glitched in my save. Domenico Berardi. We signed him on a free transfer, but as you'll see by his career, his whole career has been glitched. So, at the start of the save, he moved to Barcelona on a free, but also moved to Arsenal on a free, while still being at Juventus. It was all very, very strange, and you can see he's ended up playing 56 games in one season, so he was glitched in this save. Don't really know what happened to him. Very, very strange. And then we signed Bastian Schweinsteiger as well. He's still at Monaco. He had a couple of good seasons for them before falling out of favour. Marco Verratti, we signed him from Schalke, and he had a very, very good year. The year after we left, actually, wasn't particularly special the year we were there, but the year after, he tore up Ligue 1. We also signed Mark Chambers on loan. I do remember this guy, actually. What is the deal with this guy? So, okay, so the year that we won the Premier League, he'd scored 10 goals in 33 appearances for Everton. And then he'd scored 2 in 11. And then we brought him in on loan. I don't really know why we've done that, but hey-ho. Stranger things have happened, I guess. Danny Welbeck from Tottenham. I don't know why he was at Tottenham. Maybe this was before his Arsenal days, and it was indeed. He had a few good years at Tottenham before joining us, and not really performed that well, but he's found himself in the Serie A. He's joined Udinese and is enjoying life there. We also signed Damien Abeledo. Don't know who he is. Alex McCarthy, I think he was our goalkeeper at Reading. But to be fair, he hadn't played for us for 3 years, so it's beyond me why we signed him. Gabriel Barbosa, we signed him from Reading as well, £23 million. Quite a lot of money considering he didn't score a single goal. But he's had 2 very good years since, so we obviously didn't know how to use him. Zacharias, we signed from Rio. He is a regen. Looks pretty tasty as well, actually. We brought him in, and he's since gone on to play for Chelsea, which is pretty cool. And we also signed Yaya Toure on a free transfer. Don't think he particularly played well. He didn't. We brought him in from Manchester City. So, yeah, we let the likes of Anthony Martial go on loan. Obviously, he was a player that was probably unknown at the time. That's maybe quite cool to look at. Bruno Martins, Indy, went for 31 million to Liverpool. That's a lot of money. Kondogbia went to Arsenal for 30 million. Rondon went to Tottenham for 30 million. So you can see how we had that sort of money. We only actually had a net spend of 12 million that year. And basically we went on and we won the league. And you can see that Monaco have actually dominated since then. This was our season. We only lost once. It was a brilliant year. We won the league with 95 points, 16 points clear of Paris Saint-Germain. So that is brilliant. And the next couple of years, they have absolutely dominated as well, going above 90 points for both of them. So we only spent 1 year in Ligue 1, and before we were tempted away by the Serie A, which was a bigger division and a bigger club, which is Juventus. Now, in the Serie A before we came, they had won 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they'd won 3 titles. The year we won the Premier League with Reading, they actually lost it to Napoli, and then the next year they finished 7th and lost the champions, the Serie A to Fiorentina, which is quite a shock, to be honest. If we look at that, Antonio Conte actually left and he went to go and manage Italy. He's at Monaco now. That's fantastic. But where did he actually go? He just resigned. How odd. So he left on the 1st of June. Maybe he ran out of contract or something. I really, really don't know. But we came in about a week later, and I'll show you the transfers that we made in our first season, which was this one. So we spent 74 million, bringing in 36 million. Chiellini went on a free transfer. I assume he retired. I don't know why I would ever get rid of him. Carlos Tevez went as well on a free transfer. I'm assuming he retired. Otamendi went to Tottenham for 12 million. Any other big names that we can see? Casemiro. So there's lots of, I don't know, players that you might recognise in there. We brought in 37 million's worth. And this was a guy, Yadson. Redmond we brought in for 16 million. How's he done in Italy? Let's have a little look. He did alright in his first season. 5 goals in 28 appearances. Only 1 in 9 in this season. James Rodriguez we brought in from Monaco as well. £30 million, and he was brilliant in his first season. 21 goals, 29 assists in 34 appearances for James. That is fantastic. We brought in Juan Mata for 8.75 million from Real Madrid, and he did pretty well as well. 14 goals and 23 assists in 38 appearances. I'm looking forward to seeing how many goals we actually scored. Edinson Cavani, we brought him in for 18 million, and he scored 5 goals in 17 and then went to Cruzeiro. So he's obviously not very good. Bakary Sagna, we brought in. Per Mertesacker. Is he still there? Nah, he's retired now. Javier Pastore, he looks pretty good. I doubt he did that well. I've never really had a good experience with him in Football Manager. Blazhkovsky, brought him on loan. And Gareth Bale, we brought him on loan from Real Madrid. And he did alright, didn't he? But he's now gone to Schalke on loan next year, and then he's back at Real Madrid. But I don't really know how we got him on loan. If you look at his seasons, why did they ever want to let him go? Who knows? Who knows what happened there? So that was the first season, and I think we won the league. I'm not entirely sure. If we go into senior squad, Serie A, it's very difficult working on old interfaces of Football Manager. It really is. But there you go. We won it with 92 points, beating Inter Milan by 24 clear points. Considering we finished 7th the year before, that is a pretty special performance. And that's now 3 domestic top division titles that we've won. And if you go into the next season, we did just as well. We beat Fiorentina by 11 points. Won our 4th consecutive top division title, which is absolutely fantastic. Our stock is rising and rising at this stage. So this year we brought in Casasola. I seem to remember him being quite good, actually. Maybe not. He's a pretty good central defender. Rudolph Zelalem from FC Bayern. How did he do? He did all right. Sergio Aguero we brought in from Man City. He was a bit special. 26 goals in 38 appearances for Sergio Aguero. We also brought in Andre Ayew from AS Monaco, and he did pretty decently as well. On the outs, you had the likes of Fernando Llorente. Who else is in there? Anybody else? Edinson Cavani. We only brought in 5 million worth of transfers there, which is fairly interesting, to say the least. Let's have a look at our little schedule for the 2 seasons. How did we do in continental competitions? So this was our first year at the club. We went out in the quarterfinal of the Italian Cup to Fiorentina, and then we did all right in the Champions League, didn't we? We got to the second knockout round, losing 4-1 to Paris Saint-Germain in the first knockout, and then drawn 3-3 away from home. We won the Italian Cup as well against Napoli, which is fantastic to see. And we also won the Super Cup. So we actually did the treble that year. I will just check how we did at AS Monaco in that season. Very difficult to navigate these old Football Managers, I'm telling you now. So 2017-18, Hart testimonial. How odd that Joe Hart is still at Man City in this. We won the Champions Trophy. I'm assuming that we did do that. We went out of the Champions League by the looks of it. We finished bottom despite winning the last 2 games because we didn't have any European football after Christmas, and we went out in the French Cup 11th round and didn't win anything else. But look at that end to the season there. That's pretty darn insane, isn't it? But that is where we are at. I'm not going to show you anything else because I don't want to give away who our next team might be. But if we have a look at our history, you can see that we've won 72% of our matches at Juventus, and we've also won 61% of our career matches. We've been a pretty damn good manager. We've only lost 62 matches in all. We've won 4 leagues, 4 cup competitions, and gained 1 promotion. Record spend on Verratti so far. Record received is on Salomon Rondon. But you can see we're not too far above 0. You know, we're 105 million net transfer spend. Considering the resources we've had at clubs, I don't think that's too bad at all. And if we have a look at the club history, we've won plenty of trophies. We've won 3 this season, 1 last year, 2 the year before, the French Champions Trophy, and we also won the Capital One Cup. So we've won 4 consecutive league titles. Can we go on and claim a 5th in the next episode? If you have enjoyed this, make sure you do leave a like down below. It really means a lot. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know what you think or who you think we will be managing next. I can guarantee you won't get one of them. Now, that's all I'll say. Shall we have a look at what happened to Reading after we left? So they've obviously been in the Premier League. So we left this year. We left them when they won the title. The next year they came in, they finished 6th. Very, very good from them. And then the next season, where did they finish? 9th. So they're slipping down the table slowly. Back in 9th again this season. And what are they predicted this year? 8th. So there you go. Reading. Who's that? Frank de Boer. The worst Premier League manager in history is their manager. But as I said, leave a like if you have enjoyed, and make sure that you tune in for the next episode to find out who the final 2 clubs of this save were. I think you'll like the last one. It's just a little bit different, but can we keep our streak of winning titles up? I don't know what to say now. Tune in for more. Next weekend we'll also have FM09 predicting the 2017-18 season, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. Leave a like if you've enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.